Hi friends, this is Dr.Vaishali Panchwate, Assistant Professor, Dept. of Zoology, Mahatma Fule Arts, Commerce and Sitaramji Chaudhary Science Mahavidyalaya, Warud. Today I am delivering the lecture on the topic Mendel's Law and Monohybrid Cross. This topic is in the syllabus of BSc second year, semester 4. Firstly, we shortly introduce about the Mendel's law. Then all biologists are very well known about the Mendel. Who is Mendel? Mendel is the father of genetics. Then Mendel selected a garden pea plant, that is Pisum sativum, for his experiment because it is easy to grow, annual, easy to cultivate, this is self-pollinating, and flower are sufficiently large, and etc. So, um, Mendel is a father of genetics. So, what is genetics? Genetics is the study of heredity and variation. Then again, here there are two definitions: what is heredity and what is variation. So, heredity is the transfer of character from one generation to the next generation. That is, the transfer of genetic material from parents to their offspring is known as the hereditary. There are some hereditary character which is transferred from parents to their offspring or one generation to the next generation, that is height, the skin color, then hair pattern, dimple on cheek. It is the dominant character, and this character is transferred from one generation to the next generation. Then the next is the variation. The visible difference between the parents and the offspring or offspring of the same parents is known as the variation. Then and offspring receives all the character from its parents, but not it. An offspring is never an exact copy of its parent. Similarly, no two offsprings of the same parents are identical, but there is some exception. The exceptions is the identical twin. So it is about the variation. Mendel's studied viewed three laws of inheritance: law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. So then next is the law of dominance. Law of dominance stated that when parents with pair contrasting trait are crossed together, only one form of trait appears in the next generation. So hybrid offsprings will exhibit only the dominant trait in the phenotype. So Mendel explained this law with the help of some example. The example is when Mendel selected a pea plant having a tall pea plant and a dwarf pea plant. The tall pea plant is crossed with a dwarf pea plant. Then in F1 generation, all the progenies are tall. Here we discuss about the example. The tall pea plant having genotype capital T is crossed with a dwarf pea plant having genotype small t. So in F1 generation, all the progeny which is formed is tall. Then next is the monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross is again a cross between the two monohybrid traits, that is capital T and small t. So this monohybrid cross is again explained with the help of this example. That is, we already seen that the in long dominance the in F1 generation when progeny is formed is all tall, but on selfing this tall progeny in F2 generation, the progeny which is formed in F2 generation is in the ratio of 3:1. This 3:1 is the phenotypic ratio, and 1:2:1 is the genotypic ratio. Mendel again selected a seed color or seed pattern. A yellow seed when crossed with a green seed in F1 generation or in the next generation, the all seed which is formed is yellow in color. Then the next slide which is flash on your screen is the deviations. Then Mendel's law of dominance have some deviations. That is deviations, or we also call as a exceptions of Mendel's law. There are some deviations in this law of dominance. First is the incomplete dominance and second is the codominance. Then incomplete dominance means it is also known as the intermediate dominance or um, semi-dominance, because incomplete dominance is a form of intermediate inheritance in which one allele for a specific trait is not completely expressed or reads pair allele. This result a third type of progeny or third type of phenotype in which the expressed physical traits is a combination of phenotypes of both the alleles. Then these incomplete dominance are explained here with the help of some example, that is that this is the picture which express the law of income, which is uh, sorry, incomplete dominance. Here the one parent having a curly hair is crossed with a another parent having a straight hair. The progeny which is formed in next generation having a wavy hair. The wavy hair means the hair which is not curly, which is not straight, it is a intermediate hair pattern, wavy hair. And the next example of this law of incomplete dominance is the when a red color flower having genotype capital R, when crossed with a white color flower having genotypes capital W, then in next generation the progeny which is formed is pink. This pink progeny is not totally resemble to their red color flower, is not resemble to this white color flower. The progeny which is formed in next generation is a third type of progeny is formed in the F1 generation. Then the next deviation is the codominance. The codominance is when two parents' phenotypes are expressed together in the offspring. Then the example of this codominance in cattle is the very best example of this codominance. Then a red color cattle when crossed with a white color cattle. A red cattle means a red and white hairs cattle. A red color cattle having the genotype capital R when crossed with a white color cattle having genotype a capital W. So in next generation there is a wrong type of progeny is formed. A wrong type of progeny means white cattle having red patches or red dots on his body, or white cattle having red dots on their body. So this is the wrong type of progeny. So then the codominance is shown in human with AB blood group type. The allele for blood type A, B and AB or O are expressed. So this is about the law of